Oh, I think I'm recording. Yes. Kind of wet and cold cat. Yes. Come here. Meow. Yes, anyway. Yes. Yuck. Weather. Phooey on it. I say. Phooey. Yeah, so this is going to be another VloggerDome video. Context subject again. Just did a context video, but they're good to do. So this one will talk about the nature of philosophy, the nature of thinking. I saw some TED Talks, some woman talking all kind of elitist and silly, but arguing, sort of explaining the evolution of science. It's only a couple of years old, apparently, the word science. The necessity for this change in how we deduce or induce the truth. And, that's where we get to these words, induce and deduce. And it's just all kind of silly. I mean, the objective is, here's reality. There it is. It's right in your face. I mean, it's a pie in your face. Reality is in your face. Okay? I mean, you have these senses. We have equipment, we have instruments, we have different things, different ways to ascertain facts and do something with them. Now, if you have facts, like there's leaves on the ground, okay, yeah, I called them leaves. We have to have some premises here. And they fell from the tree. I guess that would be a deduction. That would be an induction. So this is where it gets silly, right? So induction is, well, okay, we have facts, and let's combine the facts into a theory, a hypothesis of what the truth is. So the fact is, there's water on the ground. Where did it come from? Oh, yeah, that's right, a concept called rain. I've heard about it. Other people have experienced it. It falls from the sky up there, comes down, lands on the ground, and that's what this is probably from. Or a big giant, huge, humongous giant, frog, hopped by and took a piss. Yeah, well, I don't think so. So anyway, that would be inducing, yes. And deducing would be, look, here's some basic premises, okay? The world's round, it's hurling around through space, solar system, matter, elements, replicating molecule, oops, big one, huge one. Let's establish those as premises. Abiogenesis happened, evolution, 3.5 billion years. Yeah, this is where it came from. Those are the premises. Now let's talk about what life is. Oh, it's a wank. That's what it is. Yeah, so that would be your deduction. You could have these premises that it's not a matrix. Our senses aren't crap. They're pretty good. Billions of years of evolution to refine them. So that's sort of the subject I wanted to get to, was this idea that, for a lot of people, they think there's mystery facts that have not yet been discovered. Even Thunderfoot is really horny for this idea. And that concordant sky, they find it hilarious to think, oh, we figured out all the good stuff already? No, they think that's silly. They think there's a whole big pile of good stuff, like hidden pies and, wonderful ice cream cones and all kinds of really cool stuff is somehow hidden in this picture that we haven't discovered yet. And, no, what we haven't discovered is, the exact carbon content of your poo. What we haven't discovered is the insignificant details. We have all the significant facts nailed. The model is complete. We know what it is. We have enough information. Wheels, steering wheel, engine, metal frame, seats. Oh, car. Yep, we got it. We figured it out. And that's the reality of our circumstance. And so there's this other group of people who argue as if our senses are retarded. As if there's all kinds of mystery quantas bouncing around and stuff flying through the atmosphere and all kinds of information that we can't detect. That really isn't true either. If we're inside this container of an atmosphere, we have pretty good senses. We're detecting the most abundant sources of information. I mean, infrared it'd be nice to have infrared vision, that there's some more information there to be gleaned, but it's not nearly as detailed, as significant, as powerful as the vision we're using. This is a very good vision, the one we're using. So it would be almost a useless redundancy, especially considering our evolution. We don't need heat sensing to get through our lives, and we've adapted to say it's easier just to not bother with that whole nighttime thing anyway. It's too dangerous an environment. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject, but I'm just saying our senses are really good. The sound thing, really clever. It's lots of information there. Whistle blowing, we use it all the time. Sound, really good stuff. So we have highly developed, highly efficient to our environment senses. Having gamma ray detectors and radioactivity detectors and all kinds of other silly detectors wouldn't do us much good. There wouldn't be much information value in accessing those sources of information. Oh, streams are a little bit hostile. Yeah, it's nasty. Anyway, see if my balance is sufficient to the project. Ooh. Yeah, I don't like it, but I'm going to go for it because that's the kind of person I am. I'm going to get my balance good. All right, let's go. Yeah, I made it. No real problem. Okay, so yeah, we're attuned to the universe we live in. Again, like I said, we live in this atmosphere, protected by these clouds, layers of ozone and whatnot. But the universe wouldn't be saying anything to us anyway. The information, the conversation the universe is having, just doesn't have much relevance. What's the star going to say? Twinkle, twinkle. Yeah, I'm twinkling. Do you see me twinkling? What information is it going to get from a star? I'm billions and billions of miles away. Ignore me, because I probably already blew up, and you don't know about it yet. I mean, anything it says to us is going to be saying it to us so late, it ain't going to be any good. It's like saying, stop, 3 days after I pass the stop sign. That ain't going to do me any good. So any advice the universe has for us isn't going to be very useful. So anyway, we have the tools, is my argument. That should be one of these premises to a philosophical discussion, a scientific discussion about reality, is just acknowledge we have darn good tools through 10,000 years of civilization, hard civilization. We've acquired a ton of information, little factoids about the roots of the trees and the different varieties of everything, and we've named all kinds of different things and given everything all kinds of special names and invented things like April Fool's Day and all kinds of fun stuff. So we have done a lot. We've created a lot of great art, a lot of beautiful crap, almost to a point where, damn, it's hard to be any of these things, and it's hard to be creative anymore. It's hard to even be a scientist anymore. Because it's like all the easy science is done. The only stuff left is this hard, difficult, we need a whole team of people to do it, and it's going to take a long time, and lots of trial and error, really hard science is left. Except for some of the theoretical stuff, where, somebody could still do an E equals MC squared thing. Somebody could do that. Work on it. Working on it. Anyway, G equals Inmendham. No. Cube and such. But anyway, it is, we can see the signs, the writing on the wall, so to speak. The resolution, the fog has lifted. The blinding ignorance no longer exists. We have no real good excuse not to say, we can talk about reality now. We have enough information. And the first easy kill is the whole God delusion. I mean, that is so over. It's just over, people. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but it's over. Let it go. I mean, it is so preposterously a lie, a delusion, nonsense, rubbish, fucking antiquity gibberish. It's like going to the retard asylum and saying, give me your recipes, tell me how to live my life. Why would you do that? Why would you listen to a retarded past? I mean, and the stories are so silly anyway. Your gods are so feeble and lame. They'll tell you what to do with dead birds, but they won't tell you, there's this stuff called bacteria. It can infect things, so you want to wash your hands, and you cook your food to 185 degrees for 15 minutes, pasteurize it and all that kind of crap. No, why couldn't it do that? Why couldn't any of these fucked-hearted gods give you any good advice? Thousands of years they watch us suffer, and they can't tell us the simplest things like mud is slippery. I mean, they can't let us in on anything. Fucking cunts. Sorry. I mean, why? What is wrong with you people? Let that shit go. So anyway, that's the first one. It's got to go. I mean, it's just got to go. People who, the rational people have got to start telling the irrational, fuck you, this is nonsense, this is idiotic, we're flying through space at, hundreds of thousands of miles a second, and you're fucking believing in fairy tales. I mean, there's real shit going on here, you fucks. Get with the program. Alright, your comic strip, your Bazooka Joe bullshit ain't gonna fly. You shouldn't have the right to walk out your front door if you're too stupid to figure out that religious mumbo jumbo is a lie. Silly fables written by dumb, ignorant fucktards who couldn't even build an outhouse, and you're listening to it. You're praying to it, even more ludicrous. You're hoping at it. You're doing everything towards it. You're living for it, which just makes you entirely and incredibly ludicrous. You're out of the realm of rationality, of reasonable philosophic perception and belief. You have insulted your intelligence. You've insulted your evolution. You've insulted everything as insultable by self-retarding yourself, by allowing yourself to be a sucker and a fool and a dupe and a dope. God. But yeah, I mean, rational people really have to put the irrational. They have to start muzzling them and putting a proper leash on them, because they are fucked-hearted and they're going to crash this fucking bus if you don't shut them the fuck up and chain them up. They're a menace to human productivity, reasonable human behavior. Alright, anyway, enough of them assholes. But yeah, philosophy has to start with these premises. Okay, we evolved, replicating molecule, toolkit, been through all these words, gladiator war. These are really important concepts, incredibly important concepts. They define how we function, what moves us, what motivates us, what compels us. It defines our capacities and our potentials. You have to understand these forces if you're going to be able to mentally create ideas and concepts and programs inside your brain that will enable you to see past your stupid nature, to get around your selfish corruption, to navigate the bullshit that is built into you by this insidious skunk cabbage, this insidious system of consumption, reproduction, cannibalism, and addiction. Ooh, it's missing one. Ooh, it's missing two. Yeah, they're a little sloppy. Well, pretty much made it. Alright, where was I? Cold. I should have brought my gloves, damn it. I forget every time. I always forget something. Just annoying. I don't always forget something. Cool, the roof blew off already. Yeah, I didn't nail it on. Yeah, it's a little roof. The little roof on the little house. Well, whatever. But yeah, it's kind of lame. I didn't think there was that much wind. I just didn't really think about it. I actually forgot about nailing the roof on. See, over there. Yeah, see that roof there, the little roof. Should be on the little roof of the little roof. Yeah. Damn, it's raining now. I was not smart enough to check the weather forecast before leaving the house. I really didn't think it was going to rain more. I thought it was done. So I nicely painted this though. It's all nice and silvery. It's nice silver. Very pretty. And that has to go back up there. I guess I have to nail it, damn it. Alright, anyway, I guess I'm done. Pool is still looking a little swampy. Yeah, but soon. I replanted this tree. It was killed by the hurricane, but it does look like it's going to leaf. So, excellent job. Thank you very much. I had to drag it all the way from the other side of the house. Incredibly heavy. Almost died many times. Not really a tree, I guess. It's one of those lilac-y things, or whatever they're called. Sort of a British pansy tree. Anyway, till the next time and such. So forth and whatnot.